Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is my video on ranging Abyssal demons. I'm going to be talking about Revo++ with Mechanised Chinchompas. These Mechanised Chins lead for some crazy combat experience an hour and some decent money too. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. When it comes to my gear, it's quite self-explanatory. I take Animacore or Zamorak because I don't augment my gear and it doesn't degrade. If you do want to augment your armor, you can take something you can disassemble like Armadillo, or you can take something that you can siphon like the Nex armors. I just would never ever advise using something like Serenic because it would degrade way too fast. The only thing I have augmented is my offhand ascension and it has precise 5 on it, so I barely use any money at all in divine charges. I use an attuned ectoplasmator with a demon horn necklace to keep my prayer up, and then I just use a couple of other extra boosts here and there. Things like the Cinderbane gauntlets are really useful for the weapon poison they provide, and then the luck of the dwarves is obviously amazing just because of the extra rolls on the rare drop table. I only take 400 mechanized chins because if you die you lose every single one of them. I know it's quite hard to die at Abyssal Demons, but if you do leave that loot interface up and you have like 5,000 chins on you, you're going to be in for a bad time and you're going to lose a lot of money. So just to be on the safe side, as I bank every hour or so anyway, I take 400 chins and that lasts me the whole time. For my inventory, I have Holy Overloads, Aggression Pots, Weapon Poison, an extra pack yak pouch with some Winter Storage Scrolls to send stuff to the bank like the Addy Battle Axes. I have the Slayer contract and a Ring of Slaying because I teleport to the Mauritania Slayer Tower, quickly trade in my Slayer contract and get a new one every hour or so, and then I just run up and get back to my spot or find a spot. I take a Spring Cleaner and a Gem Bag just so that really helps with inventory management. And then I take some Alk runes ready to Alk anything the Spring Cleaner doesn't break down. Anyway, that's it for the setup. Let's get into the video. What I mean by Revo++ is Revolution++. If you go into your combat settings, you can set it on and change whatever you want. So the update to Revolution was the fact that you can change the size of your Revolution bar to however many you want. I put it on 12. And you can make it cast basics, thresholds and ultimates, which means you can fully AFK if you really want to. What I typically do is I have it cast absolutely everything. I go AFK, I come back in 2 to 3 minutes, loot everything off the floor, send it to the bank or alk it, whatever I need to do, then go back to AFKing. And I just keep repeating the process over and over again and it works absolutely amazing. Revo++ is really awesome. When it comes to your ability bar with Revo++, I have Death Swiftness as number 1. Death Swiftness is so good as it increases your damage by quite a high amount, so you want to be using that as your ultimate ability as much as possible. It's just a shame though that you can only really use one ultimate ability as range, because the Tsunami or the Meteor Strike equivalent for range is a two-handed ability, which means you can't use it with chins. So I just use Death Swiftness as my ultimate ability as there's no other really good one. And then I use Snapshot and Rapid Fire as my 2 threshold abilities at the start as well. You want to cast Snapshot and Rapid Fire as much as possible because especially with chins they can really easily clear all of the Abyssal demons. Then it's just a normal ability rotation with things like Needle Strike, Fragmentation Shot, Corruption Shot, Snipe, Ricochet, and all of that good stuff. It seems to work really well the way I've set it up. You may want to change some of the basic abilities around to suit your playstyle, but this is how I like it and this is how I'll keep it. I did manage to get 120 range and 3 billion total experience while testing out this method. Really happy with the 3 billion experience milestone on my main, the biggest achievement I've got so far. When it comes to the price check of the loot from these Abyssal Demons, I did 15 hours of them and I made 117 mil. This means I made an average of 7.8 mil GP an hour, but obviously this is before any costs are taken off. 7.8 mil GP an hour is a lot of money, so I should be able to make a good amount of profit every single hour, even with everything taken off. The coins are from coin drops and all the alks and stuff, so that's the majority of the money, alongside the runite ore from the Spring Cleaner. When it comes to the GP and XP rates of Mechanised Chinchompas, I have it all written down here for you guys. My average GP an hour over the 15 hours, which averaged around 1,400 kills an hour, was 7.8 mil GP in drops, as you just saw in the price check. 1.4 thousand kills an hour is about 350 more than what you would get normally doing mage or melee. I did have some deductibles though, obviously. Ghostly Essence deducted 2.2 mil GP for an hour. And Mechanised Chinchompas cost 2 mil GP an hour while being pretty AFK. You can minimise the cost of these by being less AFK and queuing more abilities. The more active you are and the more abilities you queue, the less likely you are to auto-attack, so you'll use less Chinchompas. But because I'm AFK, I use about 400 in an hour and it costs me around 2 mil. Taking these deductibles away from my drops means I made 3.4 million GP an hour pure profit. The extra kills per hour pay for those mech chins, to be honest, because I was making about 3.5 mil pure profit per hour before as well. The average range experience an hour with Revo++ and my anima core that's unaugmented was 930,000 range experience an hour. This was also around 310,000 constitution experience an hour. This is around 200k more range experience an hour than what it was in melee or magic. Really, really useful to use mech chins as it costs near enough the same amount of money to use. Really, really useful to use mech chins if you want to train range or defense, because the experience that it provides is higher than the magic or the melee, and because you get more kills, it actually makes you about the same amount of money every hour. Hope you guys did enjoy this video, and that's it for this one. Do give it a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new for loads of future content all related to RuneScape 3, and until next time, see ya.